Is beach living in Jacksonville still affordable, or has the lifestyle that once felt attainable slowly drifted out of reach for the average buyer? It's a question that continues to surface as more people move to Northeast Florida and begin exploring the region's most iconic coastal communities. Jacksonville's beaches, Jacksonville Beach, Neptune Beach, and Atlantic Beach, have long held a special place in the area's identity. Miles of Atlantic coastline, a laid-back surf culture, outdoor dining, and a rhythm of life centered around the ocean have made these communities some of the most desirable places to live in the entire Jacksonville metro. For decades, the beaches represented a balance that many coastal markets struggle to maintain: proximity to a major city's job centers, while still feeling like a small town coastal escape. Residents can start the day with sunrise walks along the sand, spend afternoons biking along A1A or paddleboarding in the Intracoastal Waterway, and finish the evening at neighborhood restaurants where locals recognize one another. That lifestyle has always been the primary draw, and as Jacksonville has grown over the past decade, that draw has only intensified. Buyers relocating from other parts of the country often picture Florida living through the lens of beach communities, and in Northeast Florida, the Jacksonville beaches frequently become the focal point of that vision. But as demand rises and redevelopment reshapes portions of the coastline, the question of affordability becomes more complicated. The beaches are not a single uniform market. Instead, they represent a layered housing landscape shaped by redevelopment patterns, land scarcity, and the unique identities of the three communities themselves. The Jacksonville Daily Record has documented increasing development activity throughout the beaches, reflecting a steady wave of interest from builders and investors. In many cases, aging beach cottages and mid-century homes that once defined the coastal streetscape are being replaced with newer construction homes featuring modern architecture, larger floor plans, and luxury finishes. That shift naturally affects price points because land near the ocean carries inherent value. When developers purchase smaller homes on premium lots and replace them with larger properties designed to maximize land value, the overall pricing baseline of the neighborhood rises. Beachfront and ocean-adjacent properties have experienced the most dramatic appreciation, largely because supply is permanently constrained. There are only so many lots along the Atlantic shoreline, and as Jacksonville continues attracting new residents, competition for those properties intensifies. Scarcity drives value in almost every real estate market, but it is especially pronounced in coastal environments where geographic boundaries limit expansion. Yet affordability at the beaches cannot be measured by oceanfront prices alone. Just a few blocks inland, the housing landscape changes significantly. Buyers exploring the market quickly discover that lifestyle access does not necessarily require direct beachfront property. Condominiums often serve as one of the most accessible entry points into beach living. Many condo communities provide residents with ocean proximity, shared amenities, and walkable access to restaurants and entertainment while offering purchase prices lower than those of single-family homes. For buyers who prioritize proximity to the water rather than maximum square footage, these communities can provide a realistic path into the coastal lifestyle. Townhomes and smaller detached homes also create opportunities for buyers seeking a balance between affordability and proximity. While these homes still command higher prices than comparable properties farther inland in Jacksonville, they represent a middle ground between luxury oceanfront estates and more conventional suburban housing. This layered market structure allows different types of buyers to participate in the beaches lifestyle depending on their priorities and budget. Each of the three primary beach communities also contributes its own distinct personality to the overall market, which influences both pricing dynamics and development patterns. Atlantic Beach, for example, has developed a reputation for maintaining a strong sense of neighborhood identity while still welcoming thoughtful investment. Its town center area has become one of the most recognizable gathering spots along the coast, offering a compact district of restaurants, boutiques, and cafes that create a vibrant but relaxed atmosphere. Redevelopment in Atlantic Beach tends to occur gradually rather than through large-scale projects. Older homes are often replaced one lot at a time, allowing the neighborhood to evolve while still preserving its established character. This incremental approach has helped maintain the charm that attracts residents in the first place. Jacksonville Beach, by contrast, features a more active commercial environment and a broader range of housing options. The area's beachfront attractions, restaurants, and entertainment venues draw visitors from across Northeast Florida, creating a lively coastal atmosphere that blends tourism with year-round residential life. Because Jacksonville Beach contains more mixed-use zoning and mid-rise development opportunities, the housing inventory includes a wider variety of condos, townhomes, and residential buildings compared with the other beaches communities. That diversity can create additional price entry points for buyers who want to live near the ocean without purchasing a detached home. Neptune Beach sits somewhat between the two environments. Known for its quieter residential feel and smaller scale, Neptune Beach offers easy access to the broader beaches, dining and shopping scene while maintaining a neighborhood-focused atmosphere. Its limited geographic size means housing inventory is naturally constrained, which can lead to strong competition when homes do become available. These differences among the three communities illustrate why affordability at the beaches is not a simple question with a single answer. Instead, it depends heavily on location, housing type, and buyer expectations. Another major factor shaping the market is the influx of relocation buyers moving into Northeast Florida. Jacksonville has become an increasingly popular destination for professionals and families relocating from larger metropolitan areas across the Northeast, Midwest, and West Coast. Many of these buyers arrive with equity from higher-priced housing markets, allowing them to compete aggressively for desirable properties. From their perspective, Jacksonville's coastal housing prices can still appear relatively affordable compared with beachfront markets in California, New York, or South Florida. That purchasing power changes the competitive landscape. Local buyers who have lived in the area for years sometimes find themselves competing with newcomers, bringing larger budgets and cash offers into the market. At the same time, Jacksonville's growing economy continues strengthening the connection between the beaches and major employment centers across the metro area. Healthcare institutions, logistics companies, financial services firms, and corporate headquarters located throughout Jacksonville remain within commuting distance of the coast. Improved infrastructure and transportation corridors make it realistic for professionals to live near the ocean while working elsewhere in the city. As job growth continues, the desire to pair career opportunities with lifestyle amenities becomes even stronger. Geography also plays a crucial role in shaping the long-term affordability outlook of the beaches. Unlike inland neighborhoods that can expand outward through new subdivisions, the beaches communities are physically constrained by the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Intracoastal Waterway to the west. That narrow strip of land limits the possibility of large-scale expansion. Most new housing supply arrives through redevelopment rather than entirely new neighborhoods. When supply is limited and demand continues rising, upward pressure on prices becomes almost inevitable. Even so, the beaches still offer a value proposition that distinguishes them from many other coastal destinations in Florida. In numerous beach towns across the state, tourism dominates the housing market, leading to large numbers of seasonal properties and vacation homes that sit empty for portions of the year. Jacksonville's beaches remain primarily residential communities. Families raise children there. Professionals commute from there. Local businesses serve a year-round customer base rather than seasonal visitors. That stability contributes to the strong sense of community that residents often describe. Schools, parks, local events, and neighborhood businesses all reinforce the idea that the beaches are not simply a vacation destination, but a place where people build their daily lives. For buyers evaluating affordability, flexibility often becomes the key strategy. Homes located slightly farther from the shoreline, smaller cottages with renovation potential, and condominium units in established buildings can all provide pathways into the market. Buyers who prioritize lifestyle experiences over square footage sometimes discover that living near the ocean is still attainable with the right approach. Investors also continue showing interest in the beaches because of consistent rental demand. Both long-term and short-term rental properties benefit from the area's popularity, proximity to outdoor recreation, and access to dining and entertainment. Looking forward, the future of affordability along Jacksonville's coastline will likely depend on several factors working together: population growth, interest rate trends, redevelopment patterns, and broader economic conditions. If Jacksonville continues attracting new residents and businesses, demand for coastal housing will likely remain strong. That demand may continue placing upward pressure on prices, particularly for properties closest to the water. Yet, the beaches communities have historically demonstrated an ability to evolve while preserving the qualities that make them desirable. Thoughtful redevelopment, community engagement, and balanced planning will play critical roles in shaping how these neighborhoods grow in the years ahead. Ultimately, the question of whether beach living in Jacksonville is still affordable depends on perspective. Compared with prices from a decade ago, the market has certainly moved upward. Compared with many other coastal cities across the country, however, Jacksonville's beaches still offer relative value. For buyers drawn to the rhythm of coastal life, morning surf sessions, ocean breezes, walkable neighborhoods, and a strong sense of community, the beaches remain one of the most distinctive places to live in Northeast Florida. I'm Luke Christmas, and it's always Christmas when you work with Christmas Homes.